this is Ostuni, and welcome to another episode of Warframe. I actually have a really interesting little accolade to share with you guys before I really start this video. As of now, I have actually obtained every single Prime Warframe and Prime weapon at some point. The reason I specify at some point is because I think I got rid of Ankyros Prime, but I have had it, and I have gotten the mastery out of it. So basically, yeah, I basically have every single Prime Warframe. I have, at one point owned every single Prime weapon now up to this point, and whenever the Hydroid Prime access comes out, I will be getting the maxed version of that, so I will have coverage on that as soon as it comes out to let you guys in on, like, the accessories, which I know that that's going to be something questionable, and to let you guys in on, like, what the weapons kind of function like. I'm not going to use them for Hydroid. I'm going to keep his standard layout, but I will be showing you guys that. But for right now, I kind of thought about that accolade that I just mentioned a minute ago, and that pretty much brought me to this video and this series of videos that's probably going to be going on from this point forward, because I have a lot of loadouts that I have preset, and I haven't really gotten a lot of use out of them in a pretty good while, and I really want to show you guys some of the cool little weapon and Warframe combinations that I've come up with over time. So this is the beginning of a series. What's in my loadout? So first we have Hydroid. I will actually probably do Hydroid whenever Hydroid Prime comes out, because there is a certain there are a couple little changes that I want to do to him, not weapon wise, but actually a combination of aura and Exilus mod, so I will probably be changing that. But let's go down to Atlas. We'll go in order. So today I'm going to show you guys how I set up my version of Atlas. So let's start off with the Let's start off with the actual Warframe himself. This is not the definitive way to mod. In fact, you can notice that I do have some mods that aren't even maxed out. I don't really have a whole lot of corrupted mods, so this is just my way of doing it. And plus, this is more about just the whole combination of things, like in just the bigger picture here. But I got Steel Charge for his melee, which I think that's pretty much the way to go, since you're going to wind up using his one ability the most. Got Coaction Drift, 15% aura strength and 15% aura effectiveness. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this going forward. I actually have another drift mod that I may start using from time to time. I've got Redirection on him to give him some shields. Even though he's not a real shield-heavy Warframe, I still like for him to have the option. Let's see, I have Steel Fiber for armor, vitality. I have Streamline to decrease his initial cost for his one and other abilities. And for his first ability, you kind of, as you use it, the energy decreases even more. So I'm guessing that with this on there, it should get down to just absurd levels of energy, like maybe 1 energy per punch. That'd be pretty awesome. 1 punch! Or 1 energy, 1 punch! Yeah. So got Primed Flow. Gotta love having a pretty good pool of energy for any Warframe. Got Armored Sprint to just jack up the armor as far as I can go, because 700 health honestly isn't that good for Atlas. I wasn't aware that he was actually setting at that low a health, but you know, maybe I might replace one of these mods at some point here with primed Vigor to kind of even everything out a little bit. I'm not sure what I would really replace though. Maybe it'll be Stretch, because I have Stretch right here for ability range. I'm not quite sure if that's the best thing. I'm probably going to revisit that here at some point. And then Intensify for standard ability strength. So that's pretty much how I've had it. I'm not going to really change it because, I mean, it worked before, obviously. Let's see, I have Boar Prime here. Let's see, and for this, I do actually have everything, well, except for Prime Point Blank, but that fucking costs a lot to do. I have Hell's Chamber, got to get the multi-shot in, also Primed Point Blank. Get that from Barricadier anytime that you get the opportunity to, if you don't have it yet. Mod definitely worth having for shotguns. Seeking Fury for a little bit of reload speed, a little bit of punch through. It's kind of a random addition, but once again, this may be another thing that I'm going to revisit. Although, like I said, this thing actually shreds just through everything. I have Blaze, which is 60% damage overall, plus 60% heat damage. So, pretty good. And the reason I didn't do that is because I actually have 3 dual element mods on, and he already gets to 98.2% status chance. So I'm not going to sweat like 1.8% status chance if I can put on Blaze and get an extra 60% damage as well as 60% heat. So there's that. And then I have Disruptor. I should probably have the better impact mod by now, but I don't. So if you guys have the better version of that, I would recommend using that. Let's see. I have Lex Prime. This used to be just Lex Prime, but I recently got the dual version of it. There's still some work I need to do with this, but for right now, something interesting that you guys might see, just with 2 dual stat mods, I already have a 89.3% crit chance, which is great, and means that I can actually get some utility mods on here. For instance, one thing that I'm going to be doing here at some point is I'm going to be putting Steady Hand on there, because these things, while they have that really high crit chance, and by the way, Prime Pistol Gambit, hell yeah. Shit. While these things are a crit machine, it's kind of hard to land those crits whenever your guns are like, bah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Let's see, and basically for damage you're going to want your Hornet Strike, your Barrel Diffusion, and then your Lethal Torrent. Both. I find it so weird that secondary weapons have 2 different mods for multi-shot. Well, that's cool, because we have Ribbons, so we can get even more multi-shot out of primaries. But the last weapon that I have is the Jat Katag. This is a fun little hammer that I think a lot of people have forgotten about. You can get this in the Grenier Labs if you feel up to doing that. It's worth it. It's a pretty awesome looking hammer. It's got some cool little special effects on it, and I'll show you how I kind of modded for this. This is untouched as far as Formid or anything like that, so you can get this build right off the bat. I have Crushing Ruin as my stance because there's so many cool little things you could do with it. Like, you can have, like, if you ever watch any of the Thor movies from Marvel, like, you know, the little wind-up thing that he does with the hammer, you can actually do that. It's pretty fucking awesome. And then with all 4 dual stat mods, I get to about 85% crit chance, or status chance, so pretty good on status chance once again. I have Berserker in, let's see. Okay, I only have Berserker to actually do this. I think if you have a crit chance of about 15% or more, you can actually just go ahead and put Berserker on there. I don't think you really have to invest too much into increasing your crit chance from there. Next, I actually have a mod that a lot of people may not know about. This is actually called Vulcan Blitz, and whenever you kill an enemy with the Jet Katag, they will explode, causing 300 blast damage and 60% damage to max health in a 6-meter radius, which is pretty good. I like it. I think it's something to make this hammer a little bit more unique. And of course, I've got Primed Heavy Trauma to really jack up the base damage, like its primary point of damage. And then I have Prime Pressure Point. And here is the awesome and amazing thing. You can almost do any build that you want with this hammer. This is potatoed, of course, but look at how much capacity I have left. I have 13 left. And this is unformed. Not even one fucking time. Let's see. And companions aren't really important for this loadout, so I just kind of put Worm Prime and Prime Laser on there. Now, for any Fashion Frame people, I'll go ahead and show you what attachments I have actually used for him. Targus Prime, Cursace, Hencor Prime, Spalders, and then Targus Prime Greaves. So that's how I got the kind of look that I got going on right now. As far as Syandana, I know that there are a lot of people who have actually asked me about this in mid-game. So this is the Ura Prime Syandana. This came with the Reaper Prime access, the accessory pack, so it might be a while before you wind up seeing this again being offered. So sorry about that, but you know, like, there are plenty of other Syndanas that'll look good with this guy. But let's see. I'm going to take you into a mission with him right now. I'm not actually sure which one I would rather do. Let's see. I think I'll do a little bit of Sakura, because I need some credits. I need to start building up some credits here again, like, really soon. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. But, basically, Atlas is pretty much just a striker tank, and he is built for it, which is good. He can get into the fight, and basically his weapons kind of are there because, like, he's gonna be in close range combat, so he needs stuff that will actually support that. A shotgun like Boar Prime will definitely support him in close range. The Aklux Prime, even with the kickback, if you're at point blank range, chances are you're gonna hit him where you need to. And then the hammer, of course, is a giant fucking jet hammer. So I'm gonna see what we can do. It's been a while since I played as Atlas, so we're gonna see how this works. Alright, so I did that. Another thing that's pretty cool about Atlas is that you can actually... Ooh. Okay, so that's that explosion that, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. Why did I ever stop playing you? Okay. Alright, so I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys, this is pretty much the simple, like, combo. This is me not doing anything, but if I hold down the right trigger to block, and I do all this shit, which is pretty cool. And you get that nice little slam, because whenever you slam the Jet Katag, you get that nice little thing of sparks that actually comes up if you're running a higher end computer, of course, or if you're just on console. I'm pretty sure that console can support that shit. Oh god, I really should have been up here. This is where I really could have get some work done. Let me see. Let's show you if I can show you. Yeah, see. All you gotta do with Boar is you just gotta fucking hold down the trigger, and whatever's in front of you is gonna die. Which is awesome. Especially against Infested, because I'm pretty sure that Infested are weak to slash damage, which I'm pretty sure is what Boar is most proficient in until you add on the elements and whatnot. I could be wrong. Go ahead and fucking tell me how much of a scrub I am if you want to. I'm just doing this for fun, and I hope that you guys get some enjoyment out of me fucking these bitches up. Alright. I don't really bother with Tectonics or Petrify, to be honest. I don't really get much use out of them, but I will summon some fucking Rumblers. It's always nice to get some friends as far as an ability goes. Another example of a Warframe that I kind of like that can do that is Mirage, where she can make her duplicates, which that's a Warframe I'm going to be showing off too, because she is in one of my loadout slots. And if I'm right, because of the way that the Primes release, after Hydroid, I'm pretty sure that sorry guys. I'm pretty sure that Mirage is actually pretty close to being next on the block, if she's not right after Hydroid. She will be the Warframe that comes right after the one that is after Hydroid. So that ought to be pretty cool to see. I'm kind of interested in how they play with her stats, if we get a little bit of a tankier build for her because of like maybe a shield or an armor increase or something like that. That'd be pretty cool in my opinion. But I know that some people like, I know that there's actually a lot of people who like Atlas, but I'm gonna have to be honest with you. Like, we're probably not gonna see a Atlas Prime for a pretty good while, because we still got let's see, we still got 2 female frames. Then we're going back to male frames. Then we get Limbo, I'm pretty sure, which that ought to be... Whew, that's going to be popular. And that design is going to be sick. I am sure that DE will actually do like a really, really, like, just baller, just fucking pimp design for Limbo. It'll be awesome to take a look at. I'll be, and I was gonna say, I'm sorry if this isn't exactly what you wanted to see as far as, like, gameplay for Atlas or anything like that, but, I'm, like I said, this is something new I'm trying out, so leave your feedback into what you think I should do to actually test out each Warframe. But I just realized that I needed to grind for some credits. So that's why I did that, but thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I gave you guys some ideas on maybe a configuration for Atlas, or maybe you saw the Jack Katag and thought like, oh, that's a really cool hammer. I totally forgot that that existed. Or maybe you're like, why didn't you fucking use Acolyte's Prime a whole lot? It's like, because it's not really ready. Or maybe you're like, wow, Boar is OP shit, or something like that. I hope you got something out of this video. I had fun kind of explaining shit and everything like that, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Question of the day. For those of you who do play Atlas, what weapons do you typically use for Atlas? Do you kind of go the same route, shotgun, maybe just some random pistols and a heavy-ass weapon, or is it something unique, or do you just kind of switch up weapons from time to time? Let me know in the comments below. This is Ostuni signing off. Grrr.